Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are making a dress. We're going to be using this yarn. So you will need your hips measurement, your bust measurement, your waist measurement, and the front part of your shoulder measurement. So what you will do once you have all of these, the front part of my shoulders is 14 inches. I'm going to take 14 and I'm going to minus 4. Then I'm going to have 10 inches. Once I have 10 inches, I'm going to be using this measurement. So I'm going to start by making a chain that measures up to 10. Show what kind of yarn this is. I think it's acrylic. You will double strand it, and then you will also need this type of fuzzy yarn and a 2.5 millimeter hook, a tape measure, and a pair of scissors. Let's go ahead and get started. You're going to make your first slip stitch like that, and then you're going to make a chain. My chain will have around 50 stitches and it should measure up to 10 inches. So make a chain that has 50 stitches. So once you've made a chain of 50, you're going to hold the 50th stitch, chain 2 more, and then let go of that, and on the 4th stitch make a double crochet, and you're going to keep making double crochets until you are at the end of your row. So we are done with our first row of double crochet. We're going to chain 3. The chain 3 does stand for a double crochet, and on this row we are going to make an increase, which after you've chained 3, this you're going to make a double crochet in the same stitch. Okay, so this is our increase row. So make a double crochet, and you're going to keep making double crochet in the next rows, double crochet in the next rows without increase. So we are only increasing when we start our row and when we end our row. This is our second row, so we are doing an increase. So just make double crochets until you are at the end of the row. We are at the end of our row and we are going to do another increase. So since you started with 50 stitches on the first row and this second row we are doing increases, you should have a total number of 52 stitches. So for our third row, we're going to chain 3 and we are going to make increases again. So chain 3, that stands for a double crochet, and in this first stitch make another double crochet. That's our increase. And for the next stitches, you're just going to be placing one double crochet in every double crochet stitch that is available. So keep making double crochets until you are at the end of our third row. So we are on to our last stitch. You're going to place one double crochet and another double crochet in the same stitch. So this is the pattern we are going to be using. So for our next row, you are going to be alternating between these rows. So after you've done 2 rows of increases, do another row of no increase and then do 2 rows of increases. Just keep doing that until you are in row 28. I'll meet you guys there. Because this fourth row we are not increasing, you're going to chain 3 like usual, but you're not going to place a double crochet on this first stitch because this chain 3 does count as a stitch. You're going to skip that one and you're going to move on to the next row, the next stitch. I just wanted to show you that so that you can know how to make the row with no increases. So we are at our last row. So first of all, once you've made your increases, you're going to ensure by the time you are in the last row, the 28th row, you should have a total number of 82 stitches. So I want to explain something. You're going to be alternating the increases and the one row of no increase until you reach row 24. After you reach row 24, that is where you're going to do your last increase, and after that, the next row, the next 4 rows, you're going to be making double crochets without increase or decrease. Okay, so after row 24, which is where you do your last increase, you're going to be making 4 rows without no increase until you are in row 28. So now we are at row 28, and that is where our waist is at. So what I want us to do, I want us to join this together. Okay, so let's make our double crochets. 1, and this is our last double crochet. Let me zoom you in. So we want to join this side to this other side, so I'm going to make a chain of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once 11, 12. Once I make a chain of 12, I'm going to join this chain to this other side. So join your stitch in the 3rd stitch of this loop, and then just try to find it. 1, 2, 3. This is where we are going to join our chain to. Once you do that, you're going to make a slip stitch just like that, and ensure you've chained 12. The reason as to why we are chaining 12, we want our work to be able to go through our head, but we also want it to be body hugging. Once you've chained 12, you're going to make a chain of 1, 2, 3. Once you make a chain of 3, that stands for a double crochet, and you're going to double crochet in the next stitch, and you're going to keep double crocheting all the way through. I'll meet you guys once we get to this point. We have reached the point where we made our chain of 12. What we are going to do next, we are going to be making double crochets in every chain that we made. So just make double crochets the way I'm doing. There's no formula really, just ensure you are double crochet are 12 in total by the time you get to this point. Also, since we added 12 and initially we had 82 stitches, so after we added 12 we have 94 stitches. So by the end of this row you should have a total number of 94 double crochets, just to put it out there. We are at the end of our row. You're going to make a slip stitch in that first double crochet that you made. Make a slip stitch. After you do that, make a chain of 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to continue working in circular motion. You can turn your work if you want to. Anyway, you're just going to keep making double crochets for the next 13 rows. This area is going to cover our stomach area, so just keep making double crochets from here up to the point where we'll start our bottom area. You should have a total number of 13 rows, and from this row we are not doing any increases. We'll just keep making double crochets like usual. Once you get here, make a slip stitch. You can turn your work if you want to, or you just continue like that. I think I'll just continue like that just because I don't want to have the weird looking line. Yeah, also from the point of where we stopped doing our increases, you should cover at least 3/4 of your bust area. Yeah, and this part here should be able to go through your waist. Yeah, just putting it out there. So after you are done with your 13 rows of no increase, you're going to split your work into two and put stitch markers at every corner. So when I started my 13th row, I had a total of 94 stitches. So I'm going to divide that by 2. That is going to be 47. So on this side, I'll put my stitch marker on the 47th stitch, and on this other side I'll put my stitch marker too. So from row 14 up to row 19 we are going to do increases. So the places where you did put your stitch marker is where you're going to do your increases. So how you do your increase, you see the point where you put your stitch marker, you're going to make 3 double crochets in the same stitch, just like that. Then you are going to take your stitch marker, and on the middle stitch there, you're going to put it. So that is how you make increases, and you are going to keep making double crochet in every other stitch without increase until you get to this other point where you put your stitch marker. Okay, so keep making double crochet in every stitch and I will meet you guys there. So we've gotten back to the point, our second place where we put our stitch marker, and you're going to put 3 double crochets in the same stitch to make our increases, just like that. And you have 3 double crochet, and on the middle stitch, on the third stitch, you're going to put your stitch marker. So just keep making double crochets until you get to the end of your row 14. So we've gotten to the point where we put our stitch marker. This is row 15. So you're going to make 3 double crochet in this middle stitch, 2, 3, and from this row upwards in the middle stitch you are always going to make 3 double crochet. You don't really need to put a stitch marker on because you can already see your stitches. And also remember, we are making increases, so of course by the time you get to row 19 you'll have more stitches. So after we've made our 6 rows of increase, this is what our work looks like. It's shaping up, it's giving like the hourglass shape. After you do your 6 rows of increase, you make 1 row of no increase, which I already did. So for the next 4 rows you're going to be making increases again, and after the 4th row you're going to make 2 rows of no increase, and then after the 2 rows of no increase you're going to make 3 more rows of increase, and then after that you're going to make 2 more rows of no increase. I hope that is clear. Also, a pro tip that I think is really important: once you've made your increases like I have here, once you reach your row of no increase, count your stitches. once you count your stitches, after I've made my increase for this row, I have a total number of 118 rows. So what I did in this row of no increases, I counted all my rows, and then I took 118, I divided by 2. That's around 58 stitches. 58, 59 stitches. After I did that, I put my stitch marker on the 59th stitch of every side. That is going to ensure all my increases are not at one corner. Once you do that, where you put your stitch marker, it's where you're going to start doing your increases in the next following rows. I hope that is clear. Just remember that as you make the dress. So on this row, I want to show you how to do decreases because it's a bit different. Look, you're going to make yarn over, insert your hook in the stitch where you put your stitch marker, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch after your stitch marker, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through all of those. So that is how you're going to make your decreases. Okay, the decreases are a bit different. You are just going to be yarning over 2 stitches. So we've reached the second point where we did put our stitch marker. I'm going to show you once again how to do a decrease. So you're going to yarn over, make a double crochet like usual, yarn over, and in the next stitch make a double crochet as usual, yarn over, pull through all of those stitches, and yarn over, pull through. So you're just going to be joining 2 double crochets together to make 1 double crochet, and that is how you're going to be doing decreases. And after you do that, you will be done with your row of decrease. Okay, try to move your stitch marker to this point so that you can see where to make your next decrease. You are going to be making 3 rows of decreases, 3 rows of continuous decreases, and then 1 row of no decrease, and then after that you're going to make 3 more rows of decreases, and then after that you're going to make 3 rows of no decrease, and after that you will be done with the dress. After that, we will have arrived to the length of the dress that we want. You can make the dress longer if you want. I just want mine to be a bit shorter. Yeah. For the fluffy part, I use 3-4 mm hook. All you're going to do to make this, you're going to be making one double crochet, 1 single crochet in 1 stitch. You skip 1 stitch and make 1 single crochet in the next one, and you're going to be repeating that until you're done with your first row. And after your first row, you are going to be making single crochet in every stitch that is available. That's it. That's all you are going to do. You can add more rows if you want. Just ensure in every row you keep counting the number of stitches so that you don't miss anything. For the top part of the dress, which obviously is backless, you are going to attach your yarn. I'm using this yarn, and then you are going to make a slip stitch. You make a slip stitch just like that, and on this corner you just pick any random corner, you insert your hook and make your first stitch just like that. Once you do that, make another slip stitch in the same stitch, and in the same stitch make a single crochet just like that. So what we are going to do going upwards, because these double crochet stitches are laying on sides, we are going to be placing two single crochet in every double crochet. So just place 2 single crochet. When you get to this point, place 2 single crochet, just the way I'm doing, 2 single crochet. and you're going to do that. I'll meet you guys once we get to this top part. We are at our top corner, so what we are going to do, we are going to place a single crochet there. So essentially this stitch has 3 single crochet, and you're going to make a chain of 100. So once you've made a chain of 100, you are going to start making single crochet stitches on the chain until you get back to the point of where you started. So just keep making single crochet. You can make the chain to be as long as you want, really. Yeah, so just make single crochets just like that. So once you're done with your row of single crochet, you're back at this point. I'm going to skip through that one, and on this next stitch I'm going to make a single crochet. So I'm going to make single crochet in every stitch at the top until I get back here, and once I get to this corner, I'm just going to repeat what I did on this side, make a chain of 100 and single crochet until you're back at this point. So repeat what you did on this side to this other side. We are back at this point on the other side. We've already made the the arms, really, technically. So we are going to be finishing up this part of the dress, and just make single crochets all around. I have 12 stitches here, so I'll just ensure my single crochets count up to 12. For this top part, I want to add this yarn. So what we are going to do, we are going to take this 4mm hook and this fluffy yarn, make a slip stitch like that, and insert your hook at a corner. I'll pick my bottom corner down here, and I'm going to insert my hook in my first stitch. It's going to be a bit difficult because I did make single crochets, but it's going to be okay. Insert your hook and pull through your yarn. After you've done that, make your first stitch, go back to the stitch again, make a single crochet just like that. And once you do that, you're going to skip one stitch, and in the next stitch make a single crochet, skip one stitch, and in the next stitch you're skipping this stitch. So in this next stitch you're going to make a single crochet. So just keep skipping stitches, skip this stitch, make a single crochet, skip this stitch and make a single crochet, skip one, make a single crochet, and you're going to do that until we get to this point. I'll show you what to do once you get to this top part. So once you get to this point where we have this, we are not going to be making any single crochet on this chain. We are just going to skip over. So first on this chain, make a single crochet there on the first stitch, then skip over to the next side and make a single crochet, and we are just going to be making single crochet. Our chain part has been left alone, so over the chain we are not going to be making anything. So just do that, you skip over and make single crochet in one stitch, skip one stitch and make single crochet in the next stitch, skip one stitch and make single crochet in the next stitch. Keep doing that. I'll meet you once we get to this other side. We've gotten to our next corner where we have this chain stitch. You're going to make one one single crochet in the first chain like we did on the other side, and that is going to lead us over to this other side and just make single crochet just like that. So this is what your work should look like. So just keep making single crochet in one stitch and skip one stitch, single crochet in one stitch and skip the next stitch. You're going to do that until you are at this point where you started. Then you're going to cut off your yarn and sew in the end, and you will be done. So our dress is officially done, and that is the lower half, and this is the top part.